Skyscrapers are rising, parks are spreading, and Europe's boldest urban transformation is underway, right where democracy was born. In the heart of Athens, a modern titan is being sculpted from ancient roots. This isn't just about height, though Greece's tallest skyscraper is grabbing headlines. It's part of a massive vision, 2 decades in the making, to reshape the capital into a global destination. The ambition? To rival the glamour of Dubai, but with a greener soul. As construction roars forward, the world watches to see if this dream lives up to the decades of hype. Athens has always carried the weight of history on its shoulders. From the birthplace of democracy to the home of philosophers and timeless ruins, the city has stood for millennia as a symbol of Western civilization. But now something entirely new is taking shape. Something that could change not just the skyline, but the very heartbeat of the Greek capital. A massive transformation is underway, and at the center of it all is a project unlike anything Europe has seen before. The city's layout is unmistakable. Light-colored buildings spread out across rolling hills, mostly uniform in height, framed by dense concrete and streaks of stone. Even without the ancient monuments, it's easy to tell. It's Athens. But beneath that iconic view lies a growing crisis. For a place with such deep cultural roots in public spaces and outdoor life, modern Athens is choking on a severe lack of greenery. Only 11% of the city's surface is covered by trees, placing it near the bottom among European capitals. That's not just a cosmetic issue, it's a health one. Summers have turned brutal. In 2007, Athens hit a staggering 44.8 degrees Celsius, and it hasn't gotten any easier since. The city's surrounding mountains have lost nearly a quarter of their trees in just 6 years. With extreme heat becoming more common, the capital's lack of shade and breathable space is pushing its limits. The mayor has even vowed to plant 25,000 trees in the next 5 years in a desperate bid to cool things down. Yet one ambitious development promises to do more than just add trees. It aims to rewrite Athens' future. That project is the Alenon. Set in the southern suburbs of Athens, the Alenon is no ordinary urban renewal plan. It stretches across 6.2 square kilometers, nearly the size of Gibraltar. And it's being built on the remains of the old Alenon airport, which closed its runways back in 2001. For years, this prime slice of coastal real estate sat idle, trapped in political delays and economic downturns. But now it's finally rising into something far bigger than a park or a business district. It's being shaped into an entirely new neighborhood designed to give Athens what it's desperately been missing: green lungs. The design is bold. Yes, it'll feature Greece's tallest skyscraper and over 6,500 new apartments. But that's only scratching the surface. The Alenon will blend modern living with nature in a way this city hasn't seen before. Nearly 2.5 square kilometers will be devoted entirely to green open space, around 3/4 the size of New York's Central Park. In a metro area that rarely catches its breath, that's game-changing. Developers have already planted over 900 trees and nearly 900,000 native Mediterranean plants. The ultimate goal is staggering: 31,000 trees from 86 species, plus over 1 million plants tailored to thrive in the region's dry, sun-soaked climate. To put it in perspective, Central Park has fewer trees than what Alenon is aiming for. The timing couldn't be better. Athens now holds nearly 3 million people in its metropolitan area, and space has never been tighter. Looking at satellite images, the lack of greenery is obvious. Alenon offers a rare chance to reverse that trend, and its location? Almost too good to be true. Sitting right along the coast, the site is minutes from the bustling port of Piraeus, just 30 kilometers from the airport, and already connected to Athens' metro system. It's got the views, the weather, the transport, and finally the vision. So why did it take so long to break ground? After the airport closed in 2001, the space didn't go entirely unused. During the 2004 Olympics, it hosted several events. Later, it was converted into a temporary refugee center. But that was never going to be a long-term solution for such valuable land. In 2005, more than 300 teams of architects competed to design a park for the site. Then everything fell apart. The 2008 financial crisis hit Greece harder than most, dragging the economy into chaos. At one point, the national debt soared to $333 billion. The government was paralyzed, spending collapsed, and investors fled. Property prices were slashed in half. Even the best ideas couldn't survive in that environment. But that changed in 2014 when Alenon Development, one of Greece's largest real estate companies, stepped in and secured the rights to the land. Even then, bureaucratic delays and the economic aftermath pushed the official handover to 2021. Nearly 2 decades after the airport closed, construction finally began. Now the Alenon is no longer just a blueprint. It's being built. Steel and glass are rising, parks are taking shape, and by the end of 2026, the first phase is expected to open. Full completion is set for 2037, and it's not just about real estate, it's expected to boost Greece's GDP by 2.4%. That's a serious impact for a country still healing from financial scars. But the big question is, will all of this potential be enough to compete with Dubai? Greece is stepping into the global spotlight with a bold ambition to transform its capital into a year-round destination that rivals the likes of Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Doha. It's not just a dream, it's a calculated move. Unlike the Gulf cities, Athens is a quick flight from any major European hub, making it a more accessible getaway for millions. Every flight that skips the longer haul to the Emirates now has a shorter, more culturally rich alternative waiting by the Mediterranean Sea. At the heart of this transformation lies the Alenon, with predictions adding another 1 million tourists per year to the city's visitor count, a solid 15% boost. Its clear expectations are high. But tourism is competitive, and Dubai has set the bar high with engineering marvels like the Burj Khalifa, luxury islands shaped like palm trees, mega malls, and entertainment that's anything but subtle. So, what does Alenon bring to the table besides green spaces and fresh architecture? Turns out, quite a bit. On the eastern end of the site, construction is already underway for what will become the largest shopping center in Greece. This retail giant is set to rival anything Athens has seen before. Over on the western side, the world-renowned Hard Rock brand is investing $1.5 billion into a resort and casino complex, an entertainment powerhouse aimed at bringing in high rollers and vacationers alike. Add to that a 1.5-kilometer stretch of beach on the glittering Athens Riviera, plus a fully equipped marina, and it starts to sound less like a real estate pitch and more like a Mediterranean paradise. And then there's the Alenon Experience Park, a project already pulling in crowds before the rest of the area even opens. With over 3 million visitors in just 3 years, this park fuses nature with tech-driven attractions, offering interactive experiences that preview the massive redevelopment. It's immersive, it's modern, and it's already proving to be a crowd pleaser. Still, the real engine behind this entire mega project is luxury real estate. That's where the long-term investment lies. One of the most anticipated areas is Little Athens, nestled between the sprawling Central Park and the coastline. This neighborhood is shaping up to be the jewel of the project. Its park-rise residences are drawing serious attention, offering sweeping views of both sea and mountains. Prime location with unmatched scenery. Around 60% of the 1,115 units have already been snapped up, and nearly half of those buyers are international. And for those seeking more than just a place to live, there's a major incentive. Foreigners who invest over $500,000 in property here unlock Greece's golden visa, a shortcut to residency and access to the entire European Union. That's a deal that turns heads in a global real estate market. Meanwhile, on the other side of the site, every single apartment in the Riviera Tower, a 200-meter skyscraper that will soon be the tallest in the country, has already been sold. The average price tag? Around $3.7 million. Clearly, demand isn't an issue. This high-rise is part of the project's first phase, and it's moving fast. With one floor added every 5 days, momentum is building and expectations are rising. Over in the northeast, Alenon's commercial district is also gaining traction, with more than 2/3 of its leasable spaces already committed to tenants. But here's the reality check. Greece, for all its historical depth and cultural richness, isn't Dubai. It doesn't offer tax-free wealth, nor does it sit atop vast oil reserves that bankroll extravagant development. So, is Greece on track to build the next Dubai? Will Alenon become a global magnet, or will it remain a local marvel? Tell us in the comments, Thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next one.